Hi, everyone. It's Angela. Happy Saturday. Thank you for being here. So, guys, in our video today, I have a great success story that I'm very excited to share with you. I have a client that had a really quick turnaround going from being broken up with, no contact, to a turnaround in SP coming in, saying all the things that she had intended for. So, guys, this can be you as well. I want you to know that. And that is why I'm making the video. I want to encourage you so that you know that you can do this, because if one person can do it, anybody can do it, right? All right. I also want to let you know, if you look down in our description box, you're going to find the links for one-on-one coaching with me. You're also going to find a link for my course, Awaken to I Am. And I have had so much feedback lately on this course, guys, where people are putting into practice the things that I talk about in that course, which is all guided towards helping you understand who you are, waking up to that knowledge, embodying that knowledge. Clients that are getting movement shifts internally, reflecting everything in their life. So, and this is foundational. It's not just to get an SP back, right? It is stepping into a life change and starting with the way you think of yourself and accepting your power, believing in your power, and walking in that. So much success, finances, relationships, health. People are really getting movement with this course because they are beginning to embody and understand who they are. So check out my course as well. I also want to let you know that we're giving away a free course. The link for that is down below. Also, how to find your blocks to manifest anything fast. So all those things are going to be down below. Check it out. All right, guys, this is a yummy success story. My client came to me and SP had broken up. There was no contact. SP had really no interest in my client, was not interested in anything that she was interested in, not interested in a long-term relationship, the commitment, any future marriage, children, none of that. And so when my client came to me, she really was at a loss on how to move forward, because nothing in the 3D that she had done or tried to work with was helping, which we know that is not how we go about things, right? So my client came to me, and as we began talking and as we kind of began looking into things and the way she was thinking about things, I began to see the main block, which is almost always where we begin, was that self-concept piece, right? Not feeling valued, not feeling that her desires were important, not feeling that she was worthy of this person. Really, her person was on the pedestal, right? And you should be on the pedestal. So that's what we began with. We began with building up the self-confidence. And guys, let me tell you, my client took this to heart. She dove in and really began working on her internal story and herself. And what I always kind of guide people in doing, especially if self-concept is, in a low spot, put the majority of your focus, your intentions, everything on you in the beginning, at least. And a kind of just a number to throw out there is maybe 80% of your time focusing on self and 20% on SP in the beginning, because what you're really doing is getting a firm foundation. You're getting your footing. You're getting strong in believing who you are. And this client went full on with that. And she began to realize that, which is the truth, that this whole, experience that she was going through was all about her. It was not about SP. And that's the truth, guys. It's always about you. It's always about your internal story. It's always about, the assumptions that you have about yourself. SP is just showing up as a messenger to reflect that back. But she began to really see that and to embody that and to begin to feel that. She began to truly prioritize herself and put value in herself and put value in the things that she cared about. She really began to feel that. And a part of that was letting go of the story that she needed SP to feel loved, that she needed SP to feel important, that she needed validation from other people, to approve of her desire. All of those things were wrapped up in that old story, needing validation from other people, needing other people to support her, needing to feel loved by someone externally, feeling like that's the only way she could experience love. Because remember, guys, when you are giving this to yourself, when you are feeling that you are loved, when you are feeling self-love, when you are feeling important, when you are feeling like you are on the pedestal, the world will show that back to you. So this is what my client did. She truly jumped into this work and decided, to learn everything she could and to really prioritize herself and her needs. A part of her self-concept that she worked on was also accepting accountability for her thoughts. So in other words, she moved out of that victim mode. She began to realize that, life is not coming at her, it's moving through her, and it's moving through her based on her thoughts. And her thoughts are what created those states and those feelings, the feelings of, being rejected and a little bit timid and not worthy. All of those feelings came from those thoughts that she was continually feeding herself. Because what happens is we begin to think the thoughts, and then we begin to feel the feelings then loop back around, and they create more thoughts, and we get in that cycle of whatever negative thinking, feeling that we might be in at the moment, and it continues to gain momentum, and we sometimes feel stuck there. So she took accountability and realized she's not a victim. Everything is coming through her. Everything has been showing up based on her state, her internal state, her thinking. And we even went a little deeper beyond just relationship and romance, but we also began to, explore in general, how did she feel about the world? And, my client had a perspective that the world wasn't really safe, that the world wasn't always nice, that the world wasn't always fair. So those were some stories that we changed as well, some assumptions. We began to create, intentions that the world is safe and fair and treats her well. So she had to kind of change that mindset about what she was expecting the world to give her, what she was expecting the world to show her. Because the world will show you exactly what you think, right? And that's what she had been getting. All of those negative things, or the things that we would deem as not desirable or unfavorable. And it was simply showing her what she was thinking. So self-concept, big time self-concept on her worth and her value, as well as her internal power, and recognizing that she had created all of this. And guys, my client got movement. I think it was about a week that we got some initial movement there, began to see SP reaching out, wanting to communicate, wanting to check on her. And it was very quickly, not long before then they were seeing each other. And then not too long after that, SP was thinking about things that she had felt very strongly about in the first part of the relationship. Marriage, he's brought that up. Children, a future together. SP is now bringing these up with my client, right? SP is now ready for them to be committed. SP is now bringing this to my client. She is not having to chase him and go to him with her ideas and her hopes and her dreams. He is coming to her because of her self-concept. Now, she did change her story of SP. And what I recommend doing, and this is what I work through with my client, is get very clear on what you want with your SP. Get very clear on how you want them to show up. write those things down, make them concrete, something that you could read and look at several times a day. And I had her do that at least morning and evening was what I had recommended. And then in the daytime, when she's going about her day and SP comes into her thoughts, maybe she would think something like, I wonder what he's doing. I wonder if he's talking to somebody else. She would stop it and say, not anymore. I have a new story. And she would remind herself of her new version of SP and what she preferred. Now, she didn't dwell there. She didn't stay focused on SP. She spent the majority of her time on self and self-concept. But when he came into her mind, she redirected the story to what she preferred, to the outcomes that she preferred. And that's what made the difference, right? She focused in on self-concept, stayed there the majority of the time. This is the mental diet. When the old version or the old thought of SP came in, she took charge of it and said, not anymore. I have something different in my life now, and redirected her thinking. So, guys, another great thing in this story is SP and my client had really it was almost like a friends with benefits situation. She was really excluded in other parts of his life, and she didn't like that. She wanted to really be involved with all areas of his life, family and friends. So in this new relationship that she is experiencing, his family is reaching out. They are making a contact with her to make plans and do things with she and SP. His friends have told her how much they appreciate her in his life, and that he seems so much happier, and they contact her and are encouraging and supporting of the relationship. So that is another part that is beginning to open up for her. It's not just this relationship that's excluded from the rest of his life, but she is beginning to walk into all areas of his life and be included and welcome there. So that is huge as well. So guys, listen, when we talk about self-concept, it really is everything. And my client really grabbed a hold of this and believed in the work and in the process, and began to understand that she is the one running the whole show. So she has to change. Nothing is going to change outside of you if you don't change internally. So, you can get people to show up in a certain way if you just affirm. You can, it happens. You can get an SP to come into your life. You can get that thing that you're looking at. But when you really want those lasting results, when you want a complete shift in the way you are feeling and living life, jump into the self-concept, jump into understanding who you are as a conscious creator. You're manifesting all the time, but now begin to realize that you can control this and that you can direct outcomes. When you believe in the process, believe in yourself, grow in your self-concept, it becomes second nature. It becomes the new program. It becomes a subconscious program that takes over, and it replaces the old program, because a lot of us, myself included, are running, not anymore, but I was running on autopilot in a negative self-concept. And I see this with a lot of people. It's an autopilot program that's just running that low self-concept. So you can change that and begin to run on autopilot in a new self-concept, in a new belief about yourself, understanding that you're creating your life and you can do it consciously. So I hope that you're so encouraged and know that if somebody can do it, then you can do it. If anyone else can create a new version of SP and a new version of the relationship, you can do it too, because this is something that we all are born to do. All right. Guys, if you'd like help in your SP situation or anything at all, book a session and you are going to get your desire. I'll help you with it. Thanks for watching. Bye.